Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Anytime Media. We are your hosts. My name is Joseph Shubiono.
I'm Taylor Vieira.
And on this episode, we're going to bring to you our take of the fresh in the movie theaters film by Jordan Peele starring Keke Palmer, Stephen Ewan, I don't remember that dude.
Daniel
Kaluuya, right?
Yeah.
Titled Nope. We did a trailer reaction to this movie's official trailer a couple episodes ago, and the movie just came out this week, so we went and watched it, and we're bringing you our take. So we'll do this in traditional fashion as always. We'll do a spoiler-free review, and then we'll give it a score, and then we'll dive into some spoilers. So stay with us, and let us know what you think down in the comments. So spoiler-free review, Taylor. Okay. So I know when we did the review of The Black Phone, right? I talked about how I don't really watch too many scary movies, and right. I really wouldn't consider this a scary movie.
It's not
at all, right? But it is a genre of movie that I don't watch too often, meaning like alien, UFO kind of stuff, right?
It's supposed to be. It's labeled as a sci-fi horror,
right?
You know?
I'm gonna say, for me personally, in that particular category, it's the best one I've ever seen. I can't tell you any others that would fall in that category off the top of my head. Like I know I've seen something, here and there, but I thought it was really good.
That's it.
I mean, I don't know. That was really good. Just no spoilers. There's supposed to be no spoilers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's sci-fi horror. Hardly would consider this a horror. Yeah. It's more sci-fi than anything.
There were some points in the beginning of the movie that were a little freaky here and there. But
it's really it's more of like a sci-fi thriller.
Yeah, but then it becomes laughable. Like you kind of laugh at yourself for being afraid of what you were afraid of it in the beginning.
Yeah. So there's a few like jump scary kind of moments and stuff, which I'm not a big fan of how they do it here, but I mean, just jump scares in general, to me, are just cheap tactics for getting, emotion out of people, for scaring them. But there's only a few.
But yeah.
And then the sci-fi element of it is pretty well done in this movie.
And it's something different, right? I think it is.
There's a little bit of a difference, in this, which we can't talk about until we get into the spoilers. But
yeah,
there is something. Of course, there's a little bit of a twist. Yeah. I mean, it was. I thought it was. It was it's weird because I feel really conflicted with this movie. I thought it was doing well up until a point. And then for me personally, kind of just jumped off a cliff.
Interesting.
And fell down.
Actually, I'm not mad at the way it ended, and I guess there could have been some different endings, but I think it ended all right. I think the way that they ended it was okay. There's one thing that I have questions about as to why it was in there, but. We can talk about that on the spoilers side. So.
Yeah, but it's a good summer movie. I feel like we don't get sci-fi stuff too often, so if you like sci-fi, you should definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Especially all you UFO alien specific people, and it was a solid movie.
Before we move on to our rating, my question to you is: after watching this movie, does it make you want to watch Jordan Peele's other movies?
So, because of how I felt after watching this movie, I did in fact go home and immediately watch Get Out. So, to form my opinion on him as a whole, Get Out was better than this movie.
Yeah, for sure. I 100% agree on that.
I think Get Out watched his second one, which is Us, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is probably his least, what's it called? I don't want to say worst movie, but you know what I mean? Because they're not bad movies.
Yeah.
but it's not his best movie.
I haven't seen Us either, so I can't confirm or deny that fact. Excuse me. What I can say though is that he makes different movies, and I appreciate that for the simple fact that he attempts to do different things. Like Get Out, when that movie came out, it was like that was because you watch Get Out now, where like I don't know, I think things are just different. When that movie first came out, it was like mind blowing for a lot of people.
You say that, and that's interesting, but like Get Out, I thought was a great movie, but to be honest, I don't think it's as like because that movie won a lot of awards too, right?
I think so. I don't want to say for sure. I don't know.
But honestly, like that movie, like even that movie alone, it wasn't as special to me personally because I actually have seen. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, and I just watch things that most people don't. But like, I can tell you another movie that movie was almost not identical, but very very similar to. It's just like different
little things
of what happened, but the general like premise of it was almost identical.
What movie is that?
The Skeleton Key.
Yeah, I don't know that movie.
It's an old horror movie, of course. I didn't really. Well, I don't know if you want to get into it, but basically, it involves the same idea of like people like instead of it being like a family thing. Well,
like
actually, I could be wrong. It actually could be family. I forget, but it takes place like in the South. These people go to like this new place, and then there's like like multiple families there. It involves them transferring one's conscious into another, but instead of like surgical, like whatever nonsense that happens in Get Out, it's voodoo magic.
Oh, okay.
But it's a very similar
concept.
Yeah. So like to me, it wasn't like Get Out. It was a great movie, but it wasn't like something I've never seen before. This movie, the twist is different, and I don't believe I've seen anything like it.
Yeah.
However, for me, like I said, kind of falls. Like it's a great idea, and then it kind of just stumbles.
Okay. We'll definitely get into that in the spoiler side. Let's give our rating real quick. I'm sitting at. God, this is another one of those freaking movies that just falls right in between, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could.
Like I'm in between a 7 and an 8 again because it was very entertaining. I enjoyed it. The acting I thought was really good.
Acting is good
on all parts.
Like, I will say one thing, specifically because I gave her shit in the trailer. Keke Palmer in the actual movie, it's a lot better.
She did really well.
Yeah, I think honestly the trailer just looked bad.
Yeah, it was just the sequence of shots just kind of made her look a little. But I think she did really well.
I will say too. Not only was she not as annoying as they make her in the trailer, but the second trailer shouldn't have existed in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. All right. I think I'm gonna go 7. 7 out of 10. Solid movie, worth the watch this summer, especially right now when there's not really anything else in the theaters.
Yeah, if you want to just go out and see something.
if you have some time on the weekend or get off early from work and
please don't watch Paws of Fury.
That's funny that you say that because that's another thing we're going to talk about. But yeah, if you have some time and you want to kill some time, go see it. And I think this is another one of those movies that if you have the ability to, go watch it in like 40X or Screen X or something like that. Because
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that? I feel like the scenes with like, the UFO or whatever flying around, I feel like that would be pretty cool to watch in something like that.
I mean, Screen X might be interesting. I wouldn't watch it in 40X though.
I don't know. I feel like
I don't think there's a whole lot they could do in 40X to be honest for this movie.
Yeah, maybe not 40X, but I think like Screen X or IMAX.
Cool. I don't know if they have it in that though, but I know they do have it in 40X, but I don't think it's a great movie for that. It might be all right. I mean, if you just
maybe.
if you
I mean,
just
maybe
watch
like the
things on
horse
4DX
scenes
anyways.
might be cool because maybe the chair will make you feel like you're riding on a horse.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, like I said, I know for sure, like all the wind and
Yeah.
stuff flying around, of course, but like I don't know if there's a whole lot of movement though.
Well, if you guys saw it in 40X, let us know what it was like.
Yeah.
Or if you're listening to this video and you haven't seen it yet, go watch it in 40X and then let us know what it's like. But yeah, like I said, this is probably the best thing in the theater, or it's for sure the best thing in the theaters right now. Go check it out, give it a watch, and then come back and finish out this video with this. Because right now, this is your official.
Oh, before we get to the
shit.
spoiler alert, I'm giving this movie a 6.
Oh, my bad. I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6.
6. Got it. All right. Sorry. Now it's your official.
Spoiler alert.
All right. Okay, so I got a little bit of a story for this movie, and actually has nothing to do with the movie itself, other than the fact that the movie is rated R. So, as you know, I have an infant, right? I have a 6-month-old baby,
Right.
and we take him to the movies all the time because we go to the movies all the time, obviously for the channel and stuff.
Yeah.
And we take him to the movies, and he does great in the movies. We put on, for all those like baby activists or whatever, we put headphones on him, like baby made noise canceling headphones, so that the movies don't blow out his eardrums. So we take precautions. Okay, we're not just throwing him in there. And he sleeps majority of the time. So it's usually never a problem. However, yesterday, my wife and I get to the theater with it, our son, and ready to go. My wife is in line to get snacks, and I like to watch trailers. Like, I like to see all of the trailers.
Yeah, generally I prefer to see
I
them,
usually go into the theater immediately so I can catch as much of the trailers and stuff as possible.
Yeah.
While she grabs the snacks,
I try to be early.
Yeah. So I was headed in, and the guy that checks your ticket or whatever, he's like, hold on one second, we might have a problem here. And he like checks his sheet, and he's like, oh yeah, Nope is rated R. And I looked at him, I was like, and I was like, so I'm 26 years old, bud.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? And he was like, oh yeah, I can't let you take the baby in. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, any child 6 years and under, I can't let into the theater. I'm like, since when? Like that, what are you talking about? So apparently Regal, I don't know if it's that particular theater or just Regal in general, don't allow any child 6 and under into a rated R movie. Which this is the first time it's happened.
I didn't know that was
but
a
I've
thing.
definitely seen rated R, because we took him to see The Black Phone.
Yeah.
And they didn't say anything then. And like I said, he doesn't watch the movies, so it's not like I'm worried about him getting scarred, because he sleeps the whole time, or he's eating, So
Yeah. I mean, even if you did watch the movie, doesn't necessarily mean anything.
he has no idea what's happening anyway. He doesn't understand.
I've watched a lot of horror movies as a kid, and I didn't know what they were like, or like what I was watching, until I rewatched them older.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I remember that as a kid.
So I was just really pissed off, and I talked to the manager. The manager's like, "Yo, sorry, I can't make any exceptions." And I'm like, "This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of."
Did
Because
they refund you?
Huh?
Did they refund you?
Well, I'll get into that. One, like, it's a baby. If it was like a 5-year-old, all right, I could kind of understand, because they're at that point where they can kind of comprehend things.
Right.
I get it. At that point, I'd understand. But it's a baby. He has no idea what's happening, and he sleeps most of the time, and he has headphones on. Number 2, I'm his dad. If I want to take my child into the movie theater,
the main thing is
like I should be able to.
Yeah, which is how the rules.
It's not like it's NC-17 where it's like no admittance for anyone under 17.
Yeah.
It's R. Like, come on. So I was pretty pissed off about that, but it was my last opportunity to watch the movie before we needed to do our episode. So Kristen was kind enough to
go to a different movie
and take the baby so I could go watch it. So I watched Nope by myself while she went and watched Paws of Fury. Which
Bro, let me tell
yeah.
you. Like,
She told me that it was not worth watching.
oh no, not even just the movie. Like, let me explain something right now. So, like, I wish I could be there to the guys that were giving you crap at the theater, like about him watching the movie. For those of you who have, and I'm so sorry for your loss as well as my own, who went to go watch Paws of Fury because there's a preview or something right before Paws of Fury, and then including things that happen in Paws of Fury. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know who approved those like things that show in that movie.
Really?
That is infinitely more damaging to a child because they don't even understand what they're being shown in that movie. Like, it's legitimately terrifying, the kind of information that was being
Really?
shared when I went to go watch that movie. Like, and the preview included, like, it was some off the wall stuff. And I was like, who the hell approved this for kids? Like, I can't even explain. Like, it's just very strange stuff that they were showing. And I was like legitimately disturbed that it
way.
was, yeah, it was weird. And the movie itself, of course, is horrible. But like, it was the like weird like pictures and messages like that was being shown that I was like, I get it, the kids wouldn't understand, but as an adult, like, I don't think that should be shown to kids.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
So to compare that with this movie, bro, this movie's nothing.
Really? Wow.
It was very weird. I don't even know what it was called that I saw. Like I said, I think it was a preview that led up to the movie, like right before the movie showed. But it was some weird, creepy stuff, man.
Interesting. Well, you know, that's my story for this week. I had to watch Nope alone because
that's weird.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed off. Actually,
I wonder if that's a Regal thing.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed off. I was.
Maybe we should test it and go to the Consolidated and see if they do that. I bet you they won't.
Probably not. And honestly, I think it was just
that doesn't sound like a.
It's one of the. I feel like it's one of those rules that it's up to the person checking the tickets to enforce. You know.
Yeah.
Because I took him to see Black Phone. I don't remember if there's any other rated R movies. Like, I feel like Everything Everywhere All at Once is rated R, right? I feel like that's got to be rated R. He was in that movie, so like,
it's funny too because Black Phone is kid targeted. Like, like the movie itself is about kids being like taken and stuff. So that's interesting.
I feel like it's just one of those rules that it was that guy on that particular day.
Yeah, I'm sure it was very situational, and like the manager probably was just like, well, I'm just gonna lean into it because he already started it.
Yeah, for sure.
And he just didn't want to deal with it. But I wonder if it's just because it's a Jordan Peele movie, and so people just assume that it's like scary or something. But like I said, they're not very scary. Even Get Out to me wasn't scary. It was just a very weird, like
probing.
Yeah, it's just got some weird stuff going. But same thing with this movie. Like, it wasn't really scary. No. It's just weird at times.
There's one scene that seems like it's gonna be scary, and then it turns out to be really funny. And that's that scene where the kids in the alien costumes, and they try to prank Daniel Kaluuya's character, and then there's one hanging upside down behind him, and they like say boo or whatever, and he turns around and he punches him in the face.
Which I'm glad he reacted.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, that's a real reaction. That's amazing. Was it just him screaming and running away and then tripping and
like, nope.
Yeah, yeah, that was funny. But yeah, we'll start getting into spoilers. But yeah, that whole thing kind of pissed me off, to be honest. I was pretty upset about it.
That's stupid.
Yeah. All right, so the movie Nope. The entire movie revolves around. Well, let's say this: if you watch the second trailer, you pretty much understand the concept of the movie.
Yeah.
Like you said, there are a few twists that I think actually make it pretty good, but you pretty much understand the concept of the movie. There's some kind of UFO in the sky where they're living, and they spend the movie trying to capture images or footage of the movie, of the UFO, in order to gain fame and notoriety and money or whatever. So Yeah, but it doesn't work out, does it? Until the very end.
Well, even at the very end, like you don't really know if it
That
worked
is
out.
true, because that
It's
is
kind of
true.
just left it. But yeah, there's a moment where it changes.
Yeah. Do me a favor, real quick, while we're talking. Can you look up, because I feel like it's real. I feel like this actually happened, but I don't remember and I don't know for sure. The whole Grady thing. Did that actually happen in real life?
Oh,
The monkey, the
thing.
chimpanzee.
So
Like, to me, when I was watching this, like, I feel like this is something that I remember hearing about happened back in the day or whatever, but I also might just be, projecting or whatever.
what was the name?
Grady something.
Is it?
I think it's the Grady Show, right? I know it's Grady for sure. It may not be called that for copyright reasons or whatever, but I don't know. I don't remember. Let us know in the comments down below if you were alive at that time and can tell us if that actually happened. But there's this like it's not really a subplot. It's just it's a story within the story about
Gordy is
Gordy. My bad. Yeah, it's Gordy. The Gordy Show. About this. So Stephen Ewan's character, he runs this like Western show carnival / whatever thing out in the desert, and his storyline starts as a young kid on this show called the Gordy Show or whatever it's called, and they have this chimpanzee on the show, and the chimpanzee at some point just goes nuts, and he kills one of the co-stars, maims the crap out of another one, and then Stephen Ewan's character was there and witnessed the whole thing, and so that's kind of where his storyline starts. And they don't show the whole thing at first. They kind of show it in snippets throughout the movie, as a sub storyline or whatever. But I kind of understand where it plays into the main story, but not really. Like, I don't really know or understand why they didn't just show it all at once. Like, they showed pieces throughout the movie, and they made it bigger or more important than what I think it really was. And I don't really know why they did that.
So, what happened? How they portrayed it in the movie doesn't exactly happen. There was a incident. It's not the reason why they stopped using monkeys in Hollywood, but there was one incident where an actor was attacked by the monkey that was featured on the show. The damages were similar to what happened to the girl in this movie.
Oh, really?
But it wasn't on set, and it was like just
Okay.
like way off, like not on camera or anything.
So this is kind of like a dramatization of what happened.
a little bit, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, in this movie, that chimpanzee goes to town.
Yeah.
He messes it. Like, that's some Planet of the Apes kind of stuff.
Oh, the monkey in this actually is from the company that produces Planet of the Apes.
Wait, that was a real monkey?
No. Like the CG they use for the monkey is the same people that created Planet of the Apes.
Oh, okay. I was like,
So they use the similar.
dude, you almost had me there. I thought I was just going crazy. Dude, I swear to God, that was a CG monkey.
No, yeah, it's definitely CG.
Like,
I'm
there's
just
no way
saying
that was a real
that
monkey.
CG was borrowed from the company that makes Planet of the Apes.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it was. But like you heard what I say, right? Like, I don't understand why they made it seem way more important.
So
Because they cut it up and they showed it periodically throughout the film.
it starts off with this, and then it periodically comes back to it, adding more and more to it.
So why do you think
It's funny
they did
because
that?
I know why it's included.
I understand why. Like, I understand the intention of it being there, but I don't understand why they made it so important. And
This is actually another reason why I was disappointed, because this whole idea of this show with Gordy and stuff, to me, was actually the most interesting thing they showed in this movie, but they don't use it for any particular reason besides the
whole animal.
the blatant message of
Yeah.
like you can't tame like a predator or like a
Yeah.
wild animal. That was the only reason they included that.
Right.
Now, why they made it look more important than it really was, it's really just I'm assuming it's just a shock.
Especially because Steve Ewan's character dies halfway through the movie.
Right. I don't know. I think it's just more of like a something that's like shocking to see on screen to get people's attention. Like, this is the thing is about this movie is like there's a lot of things that happen that like for me it's disappointing because it's like trying to be different for the sake of being different. And would other people show that kind of scene of like a chimpanzee like killing people on set? Probably not.
No.
So they have it on there multiple times.
Right.
For the sake of having it on there. Not for any particular reason other than, like I said, the fact that you shouldn't try to be controlling nature.
Right.
Or animals, you know.
Or I think the whole idea was predators specifically, right? Because, all right, so like we said, this movie revolves around them trying to get footage of this UFO, right? And then as the movie progresses, they come to realize that this is not just a UFO. It's not just a alien spaceship in the sky that's sucking up people to, do experiments or whatever. It's actually that ship itself is the alien.
Like, it's not a ship.
It's not a ship. It's an animal, or it's an alien animal that looks like what we think a UFO or a spaceship would look like.
Yeah.
And it's when it sucks things up, it's feeding.
Right.
And it's a predator. And so they come to realize that like halfway through the movie. And then their whole idea, because they're horse wranglers and they're, they think they can tame it, and they're trying to trick it into getting footage at this point.
Well, I wouldn't say they were trying to tame it. Yeah, they were trying to get footage.
Yeah.
This guy thought he tamed it.
Right. So his story ends in this very, honestly, to me, is probably the freakiest part of the movie. Like, because it wasn't really scary. It was just like, oh my God, the hell. Because it kind of catches you off guard. Because the whole time the predator or the UFO or whatever, it kills people and it kills things here and there, but not that much, and it's not like super duper aggressive, really.
I mean, it is, but
not like that though. Not like it doesn't. Like, it usually comes out at night, and it like does some stuff and then it dips. Like, it doesn't really.
Well, the only reason it came out at night is because that's when his show usually, because his show is, right. Like I said, he's the one. So this character, Stephen Ewan's character, he plays that child actor that survived from Gordy's show, and then has a theme park adjacent to the farm of this family.
Right.
And his farm on his theme park thing, he has the Star Lasso Experience, which is a show, like his like premium event that he has, which is the UFO thing. And
he thought
years,
he could.
Like, this has been going on for a long time. He's been buying their horses and feeding it to the alien.
Right.
Now, normally, his show ends at night because, if you remember, when he was like just trying to find Ghost, I think, he sees the lights for the set, because that's normally when he does his event. It'll be at night, he has the lights on, he lets the horse go, the alien comes out, eats the horse, lights go off, and then he turns it back on so that people can see it and stuff. But they end up wanting to try to get a picture of it, which leads to them like trying to figure stuff out and like what's it called? Provoke it almost. And so it began to be territorial because they were starting to like They even had the fake horse decoy thing,
Yeah.
which pissed it off, which also bothers me because throughout the movie, like certain things like happen, and it's like, oh, it can't eat this, but it eats this, and it's confusing. And so they basically just piss it off, which
Yeah.
I believe is why it came out during early in the day. Because he even says, "Oh, this is a little early.
Right.
Like we're not. This is not supposed to be the time." But he's well, it's now or never. Like, and he tries to release what's the black Lucky?
Lucky.
And
Lucky's
Lucky's just like, nope.
Yeah. Lucky's like, nah, man.
I know
I'm
what
good.
you do.
I'm chilling, bro.
Yeah. Like,
This whole movie, Lucky is just like, nah.
yeah. I'm good.
Like even in the beginning of the movie when he's on set to do that
Yeah,
commercial or whatever, he's like, nah, I'm good.
I do what I want.
Yeah, I'm chilling, bro. Yeah. So then, like you said, they try to provoke it, and it comes and it sucks up everybody that was at that event, and there was only like 30 people or whatever.
I think they said it was like 50.
Yeah, so somewhere in that neighborhood.
Which is a lot.
It is, yeah, but it sucked up all those people, and the kind of messed up thing is that the co-star of the Gordy show that got just demolished by the chimpanzee and somehow survived.
See, that's what was weird to me. So
I
in the
did
trailer,
not think she survived.
yeah, in the trailer, there's a shot of her when she like stands up,
Yeah,
and the
she's
aliens come in, and you see her messed up face because
Yeah.
she has like that veil over her, and she wears her shirt with like how she looked like as a
Yeah.
child actor. And I was just like thinking to myself, like, wow, how did you survive?
Yeah.
Because that guy didn't
No,
survive.
that guy definitely did not survive. And how
but he got hit less than you did.
yeah,
Like
because the
that chick was
chimpanzee went
straight
to
up
her
like
twice.
eating you. Like,
Yeah, and he bit her. Yeah,
well,
it was,
he like ate up all like her face
Yeah.
was jacked up,
and he was pounding on her
Yeah.
face.
way more than the guy. But I guess somehow she survived. Again, I think it was just more for that
Yeah,
that
the
trailer
dramatic.
shot.
And it
stuff.
and it was the fact that like she survived that, and then she dies to the alien.
To this because
Yeah.
it's the same. That's the thing that's weird too. It's like Steven Yeun's character, like I forget his actual name, but his nickname was Jupe for
Yeah.
Jupiter because his theme park was Jupiter's Claim or whatever. It's like you survived that show to then do the exact same thing.
Right. Well, it's that's the two extremes of people that go through traumatizing experiences, right? One extreme is people they shut down and they close themselves off and they never do anything again, really, right? And then the other extreme is people like that try to like not recreate the same scenario, but they try to like push their luck even more, you know?
Yeah.
And then they end up getting slapped in the face and reminded of.
I mean, he had his little secret room with all the memorabilia
Yeah.
he kept from Gordy's show and
Did
stuff.
you hear that some Swedish couple wanted to sleep in that room for $50K?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Wow. I mean that doesn't surprise me because
Yeah.
some people are just weird.
Some people
man.
are weird.
But yeah, it was interesting that they had that though. But,
Yeah. I will say that. So it sucks up all those people. They die, and that scene of in the trailer of the UFO like basically bathing their house in what is now that we know is confirmed to be blood.
Yeah.
That's their blood.
Right. Yeah. So it eats up all those people, and then just spits all of their blood on the
Yeah.
house.
It pees the blood out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of gross. And they never really talked about it either. They was like, oh yeah, there's blood all over.
Yeah.
our
They
house
just
now.
they kind of just
Yeah.
brushed over that like it was just.
Like they talked about the wheelchair on the roof, but they didn't really talk about how your house is now stained with blood.
Yeah, just casually, just like, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's along the way they recruit the help of this guy Angel, who is an employee at Fry's, which is like it's basically a Best Buy, but in this world.
Oh, Fry's is a real place.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's an really old electronics store. Like it was a
shit.
real thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a real place, ladies and gentlemen. Probably gonna get flack for that.
It's not here in Hawaii though. It's a mainland.
Yeah, obviously.
Old mainland company.
But yeah,
it's funny because like I've been told that like how it's shown in this movie is pretty accurate. Like nobody goes there. Like there's a reason why it's not around anymore. Like people didn't. It wasn't super popular. And like in the movie, there was like 2 cars in the parking lot when they go there and stuff. But yeah, this guy is super funny. He's just one of the workers there, and he helps them install the cameras and stuff.
I liked him a lot, actually. I thought he was really funny. Even his like sub storyline of his girlfriend breaking up with him, and then he like shows Daniel Clue's character a picture of him. He's like, keep an eye out for her.
She's an actor.
Yeah. She landed a show on CW. Yeah. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. He's good.
Yeah. So, now they have this trio trying to work, right? And they attempt to get footage with these CCTV camera type stuff, and this UFO has the ability to knock out electronics. Yeah. And it has the ability to know when it's being filmed, so it just knocks out the electronics that it's going to be filmed by.
Yeah. Not even that. Not even just that. It just coincidentally controls the minds of praying mantis.
That too. That was one. Okay. So that was one thing that I wanted to talk about that I don't understand why they did that. And then they didn't do anything else. Like, apparently it had the ability to control the mind of a praying mantis earlier on in the film to block a camera so that it couldn't get footage.
Because what they did was they set up multiple cameras. Yeah. But when it entered the area, it basically shut down all of them except one. But that one that was left over, a praying mantis,
just happened.
Insert jump scare, comes on the camera, blocks the lens the entire time the alien's there, and then when it leaves, it decides to leave.
Yeah.
So coincidental.
And so, like, you do that there, but then there's no other mention of you controlling any kind of insect, animal, or anything's minds elsewhere.
Yeah.
In the movie, like another one of those cheap plot devices I don't care for. Yeah.
There's
like,
a lot
it'd be different if you fleshed it out more and added more stuff later on in the movie that made it make more sense, but they didn't.
Yeah, like I said, especially with the alien, there's a lot of inconsistencies that I do not like, which in the end culminates as, like, to me, a disappointing ending. Because, for example, like we talked about earlier, right? It sucks up, so the alien can suck up everything.
Pretty much anything, yeah.
Initially, it sucks up everything. But when they do the decoy horse, it's just like a plastic horse stand, like, standing there. It's got like the flag streamer thing. That is what irritated the alien. And it spit it out back at Daniel Kaluuya's character later on in the movie in a funny moment.
Yeah, it was pretty
However, that led to a problem for me later because it was like, okay, because they use it again. They use the strategy later. They're like, all right, it doesn't like flags. And so now it knows, not to eat flags. How does it hate flags and this fake horse, but can suck up like buildings, fences, barbed wire, literally anything, like rocks, coins, all this stuff? Like, look, it spits it out. I get it. But that didn't piss it off to stop doing that before, but these flags piss it off?
Yeah, they needed something, right? They needed something in order to give them an edge, right? They had to have some kind of way to have an edge on the
like I said, they use it later as a strategy while they make their really cool plan with everything, because they bring that one iconic director person.
They recruit the help of a quintessential Hollywood like recluse director that's like super gravelly, low voice, and
up on that mountain.
And I only film things that
I'm in westerns.
Impossible.
I get the. We need to get the impossible shot. That's impossible. No way.
And then he
super cool voice.
He comes to the aid by creating this camera that is able to take film without any electronics.
Non-electrical, camera,
which
so strictly crank.
it was really cool. Actually, I thought that was really
Sponsored
cool.
by Amex.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool that was included in there.
That was very cool, but even his storyline is so stupid.
Yeah, and then he
gets ruined.
And that was one thing that I kind of didn't really care for about the Alien thing, is that it knew that it was being filmed somehow, and then it sucked up all the film in order to destroy the evidence, and then it went over to the hub that they were using inside the barn.
Here, let me explain more what actually happened. So, super cool. They make out this huge plan of everything, and it's super well done.
Yeah.
They have all the wacky, wavy, inflatable arm, flailing tube mans everywhere.
Yeah.
They pull rip car batteries out of all the people that died at the theme park, stealing from dead people, classy.
Hey,
they set them up all over the place so that they can kind of have a grid of where the alien is.
Right.
And it's super cool. They have this great plan. He's going to be riding around on the horse, and then he has the parachute with flags, whatever thing. Plan goes to crap. It messes up at some point, and for no reason at all, none. Even though they get the shot, they get footage of the alien, the director.
yeah,
I guess this might be
good enough.
This might be more just magical alien powers, where it just convinced him to be an idiot for no reason, and I was like, you know what? Sometimes we don't deserve the impossible shot, so let me go get an even more impossible shot.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so it wasn't good enough, but we didn't deserve it, but also this is not good enough. So he drops the camera, leaves this guy, goes further up the hill
With a little
with his
camera.
own, his mini crank, and he's attracting the alien. It's kill me, I'm here. And then so the alien comes over, sucks him up, and he's recording the whole time. He just wants to get that that death scene, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. So he's recording him getting sucked up into the alien and then dying. But how are we going to get the footage if you die?
Yeah.
So that also doesn't make sense. And so because of that, it sees the other guy, and then it sucks up all the other crap. Now there is one reel of footage that gets rolled down the mountain, which you could imply that has more footage, but they ignore that anyways, because later they get a separate picture. But yeah, that's how he dies, for no reason. Just out of nowhere. Just decides, you know what?
Fuck it.
I want to die.
If I'm going out in the butthole of an alien.
Yeah, I'm gonna die in this alien right now on this mountain.
But then the alien goes over to the little barn area that they had the hub of the CCTV footage and stuff, and sucks that thing
so
up.
that's because it magically at this point in time in the movie now knows that she's in the house, and was like, you know what? I know you're in the house. Let me suck up the house and rip the roof off and try to get you.
Yeah.
Which wasn't doing earlier throughout the movie.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weird escalation of powers.
Right. So the rules are changing through this movie, and it's confusing of trying to get an understanding of how this alien works.
Yeah.
And
maybe,
so again, like I said, after
purpose,
that point,
then
that's when he rides off. Alien chases him. He releases his parachute, which has flags on it, which again, it scares the alien and stops it for a little bit for some reason.
It doesn't really do much though.
Yeah.
The alien comes back and messes up shit. So we're forgetting a very pivotal piece of information that we haven't said yet, and that piece of information is the fact that if you don't look at the alien, it doesn't do anything to you,
except for the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because in the end of the movie, so throughout the movie,
Daniel Kaluuya's character
figures out,
not that one.
If you don't look at it, it doesn't kill you in the beginning.
Right. And that's how he actually survives a couple times.
Right.
He'll just look down.
Yeah,
and
he's just like, nope.
And it's kind of I understand it, because if you're talking about animal stuff, it's, showing of a sign of inferiority, or you're making yourself small in the presence of a superior animal or whatever. And I kind of get it. But they don't use that throughout the rest of the film. Like Keke Palmer's character does at the end when they're trying to pull the alien back and forth between them two.
Yeah.
But
that doesn't make sense.
But the rest of the characters don't. Like, they just all stare at it. I'm like, all right, look, at the beginning, yeah, I get it. It's new. It's, like, crazy. You just can't take your eyes off it. It's a train wreck, sure. But if you're actively, like, trying to, get footage and stuff, and, like, you've kind of pushed past the fact that this is just an unexplainable, insane thing that's happening, don't you think you'd probably be able to, like, look down so you don't die? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
No, yeah. I mean, I get it. It's just stupid. People act stupid in horror movies and stuff like that. So
that's true. I guess that's probably what it was.
It doesn't make sense. Like I said, in the end of the movie, all kinds of people look at it. Yeah. It doesn't kill them initially. It eventually will try to kill them or whatever. But in the end, it's just like, oh yeah, over here. Like,
yeah. So the movie ends by Keke Palmer's character and Daniel Kaluuya's character.
I want to say too, like before she gets the shot or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but I felt like that scene of like her and Daniel Kaluuya's character, like it was supposed to be like a sad moment or whatever, like between them.
Oh,
I did not feel any emotion whatsoever. Like, yeah. That moment when they're like, she's on the motorcycle. Oh, wait. I totally forgot the TMZ thing.
I wasn't even going to talk about it.
I don't even know why this was in the movie.
That's why I wasn't going to talk about it.
But what bothered me the most about it was not only that it was just stupid, but why is there an electric motorcycle? Bro, you ain't driving this far out with that. Because you're probably going to run out of battery and then you're screwed. You ain't charging that anyway.
It's 2022, bro. Everything is EV. Everything is EV.
Not in the middle of nowhere.
Everything, bro. Everything's got to be EV. And he's woke, bro. He's woke. He's TMZ. He's woke. He's got to be driving an EV vehicle, otherwise it doesn't.
EV, she's smoking a little pen thing.
There's a lot of woke stuff happening here.
I get it, but like, it just
the woke stuff actually makes fun of itself, though, in my opinion. The whole TMZ thing, I think, is...
Oh, the TMZ thing makes fun of it, but it just seemed so strange. Like, it just seemed like it was just a waste. Like, it was clearly just, like, nonsense fodder for the alien to eat.
Yeah,
well, it was also for that motorcycle.
Yeah, it was so that they had the motorcycle at the end, but it was also... It was like they were testing out their plan, kind of thing.
Well, yeah, it led to them plan getting ruined and whatever. Yeah. I get it. But, like, why would TMZ send this one dude?
I mean, I don't know if it was actually TMZ.
In the movie, they
say it's TMZ, but I don't know if it was actually TMZ.
Regardless, it's supposed to be like TMZ.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it would, like, why would it be just one dude with, like, a weird, like, his helmet was so weird,
reflecting helmet. And at the beginning of it, they were like, he was super like,
he just acted so strange.
They're your neighbors, and
like he almost sounded like he had like a voice modifier.
Yeah, he definitely did.
And like he had like 20 camera, like 6 GoPros. Like, and it's like, what are you, dude? Like, who are you?
It was kind of weird, for sure.
It was just a weird interaction, but yeah. Anyways. The moment between the two siblings, like to me in the end, was kind of nonsense. Like,
well, what I think would have made it more. It's another one of those things that, like I talked about in the, oh man, what episode was it that I talked about it? But it happens in Star Wars with Rey and Chewie, and it's like you demean those kinds of moments because that moment is supposed to be like the last time they see each other. It's like, oh. This alien's about to eat your ass. I love you, bro. We've been through rough times. Even in this movie, we've had our struggles, but I still love you. I see you. I got my eye on you, and I love you, bro. Love you, brother.
Brother.
But they go their separate ways because they're trying to pull the alien back and forth so that neither one of them dies, and then she takes it into the town or whatever, or into the theme park. And what I think would have been better is if Daniel Kaluuya's character died. It would have made that moment. It would have made the whole thing a little bit more, added more depth to it, and made it.
Would have made more sense for sure.
Yeah. but he didn't. He
Nope.
he survived.
He doesn't even get attacked. Like it just straight follows
Yeah,
her.
and you see it like kind of change direction back and forth between
But
them.
that's it.
And it's supposed to be a scene of them trying to break it, right? The whole break because Daniel Kaluuya's character is like, oh, if it's got spirit, you can break it, and they're trying to do their horse wrangler thing about pulling it back and forth or whatever. But
Should have all they had to do was get Chris Pratt, bro.
yeah,
It would have just stopped.
yeah. But then it follows Keke Palmer's character eventually, and she takes it
rides
into the town.
motorcycle, yeah, into the theme park.
And she releases this gigantic balloon thing.
This is nothing that pissed me off.
Yeah. Why did it go after that thing? You're telling me it's smart enough? You're telling me it's smart enough to know when it's being filmed or when there's electronics in the area, but it's not smart enough to realize
the electronic thing might just be like a...
Yeah, but like it targets
field thing.
it targets specific electronics and knows when it's being filmed.
No, what I'm saying is like
I understand what you're saying.
it's not actually targeted. It's just it naturally has a field of power energy around it that just EMPs anything around it. Like it's not actively doing that. It's just an alien that does that.
Has a EMP
Like if
field.
it's like
No, I get what you're saying. But I feel like it knows when it's being filmed. Because it like, the way that it did things throughout the movie, like it just knows I feel like it knows when it's being filmed. Or I at least feel like it's intelligent enough to know that that giant thing in the sky is not alive.
yeah. I see again, this is the big disappointment moment. This is the final moment for me that like just really killed this whole alien character specifically. So she gets to the theme park. There's this giant inflatable of Jupiter, Stephen Ewan's character, as a like cartoon character. It's gigantic.
Yeah.
It's got flags on it, streamers. She releases all of it, lets it float in the air, and then the alien's like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat you, bro." Why? I don't know. And on top of that, that's what kills the alien.
Yeah.
Again, so it was
like,
afraid of
grabs
flags
it.
before, but now it gives does not care. Because this has the most flags. Like it's a giant inflatable. I'm pretty sure it knows that this is not something that it normally eats.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been around for like how long? And I'm sure it's probably seen this balloon.
Yeah,
because it's been living there.
Yeah.
For so long. But now it wants to attack it.
Yeah.
Because she releases it into the air, and then
I actually thought the whole ending final battle scene thing was well done until that point. Like I thought, how everything kind of went down, and I get it. There's a little bit of inconsistencies here and there, but we got to see some pretty cool aerial acrobatics by the freaking alien thing, and then all the different things they did to try and trick it. I even thought the moment between the two siblings wasn't that bad. In hindsight, like I said, the fact that he survived demeans it. But in the moment, I was like, all right, that's a nice moment between two siblings. And then this
but the
dumb
problem
way
is
of
like that moment, like it wasn't even set up to like not a second did I believe that any one of them are gonna die.
yeah. That's what
Like
I mean.
I knew
It's
for a
like,
fact they weren't dying, which is why it was just stupid. Like the way they shot, I knew they weren't dying. It was just a stupid moment that was supposed to be emotional, but it's not. Because like it's literally just juggling between them, and that's it. But then it follows the sister.
Yeah.
So I knew for a fact he wasn't dead. But I guess they assumed that you just think that because in the end,
right. There's
after
this very emotional.
after
Another
it eats the
emotional
balloon and
moment.
it pops, and that's what kills the alien, which is stupid. Even the alien design itself too, like I just thought it was, as a UFO, it was cool.
Yeah, but then when
As
it's
an
like
actual
opened
alien,
up,
bro, this alien it's sheets
yeah,
in the wind.
sheets in
Like
the
if
wind.
just put a plastic bag in the air, that's the alien.
Yeah.
That's stupid. That was a waste to me. Like it was the most disappointing like
Should've been
alien
a
monster I've
Transformer.
ever seen. Like it's just so dumb.
That would have been funny
But-
if it was a Transformer.
So it's just basically plastic in the wind balloon pops, poof, alien dies, and she gets a picture with the whale thing.
Yeah.
Which, picture in the whale thing. All right, that's cool. I saw it. They show you see it in the beginning. It comes again in the end. It's like, all right, that's cool. Yeah. And then after that, like she looks to the side, and then there's her brother out yonder. Because that's what the sign says, out yonder, and he's standing there looking all cool on his horse and stuff. Yeah. Unlucky. And in that moment, that shot, it's like it's supposed to. I guess you're supposed to feel like, oh, he's alive.
Yeah.
You didn't know that he was alive, like I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a little bummed. I was a little bummed about the very ending, but I wasn't. Yeah, but the very ending I was a little bummed about, because I fully expected her to look back up into the sky and then the alien to like morph back into the UFO and fly away. Like that's what I was expecting to happen, because I didn't think that a balloon popping inside of it was gonna kill it. But apparently it did.
Yep, that's all it takes.
Yeah. Which, I mean, sure, like, that's probably a very powerful blast, but for something that's made out of sheets and can kind of just, like, morph its body to whatever. That's my problem.
Like, again, it's like, now look.
Yeah.
There could be all kinds of reasons. It's an alien.
Sure.
But, like I said, you throw some sheets in the air, that's what it is. Like, from what it looks like.
It's like a hula hoop and some sheets.
For real. Like, it's just like if you had like paper mache just like in the wind, that's literally what it looks like.
Yeah.
And it's like the most disappointing thing I've ever seen. Like, because as a UFO, it looks really cool. And then like it got a little sketchy where whenever it sucked the people in, you could see the inside. I'm like, weird. This doesn't look very good. And then in the end, it does its full. This is not even my final form.
Yeah.
And it evolves. I'm
gigantic.
Whatever. Like, I'm just like, oh, it's kind of lame.
Well, you know, in the end, I thought it was a unique take on the whole UFO thing. Execution was maybe a little subpar, but I think the whole idea and everything behind it I thought it was pretty cool, pretty different. You know, something new to add to the UFO thing. And they even mention all of the like actual UFO stuff that's going on in the world today, like how like the military released a whole bunch of footage, declassified footage and shit.
Don't believe it and stuff.
So,
I also just wanted to point out. I mean, I've been out, but like. In this movie, they state that they changed the names from UFOs to like
UAP. Yeah, that's the thing.
When did that change?
Pretty like maybe the last couple of years.
Let's say, okay. If it's in the last couple of years, it makes sense. Because I'll tell you right now, that's not what they were labeled when it was literally part of my job to like
look for them,
like
be aware
identify aircraft.
Yeah,
and when I was in. Anything that was not able to be identified was, in fact, a UFO.
Right. So it is. I know that's real. That's a real thing. They're called UAPs now.
What does it even stand for?
I don't know.
So nobody.
Unidentified aerial something.
Projectile.
Projectile. But I know it's a real thing. I know that's real. But yeah, I thought it was. Like we said in the spoiler-free review, I thought it was a decently well done movie that is worth watching because there's nothing else to watch in the theaters right now. And if you're a UFO kind of person, you might find some fun in it. If you're a horror movie person, don't expect much. There's not really anything scary in this movie.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of scary.
And if you're a Jordan Peele fan, if you watched it like because of me, like if you're like me where you're a Jordan Peele fan and you watched it because you're a Jordan Peele fan, I don't think you're gonna be super disappointed, but I don't think it's on the level that Get Out was when it first came out.
If you're a Jordan Peele fan, you probably like this movie.
I mean, as myself as the Jordan Peele fan, I don't think it's his best work, but I still think it was good.
It was alright.
So. Yeah. What did you guys think?
More than likely, if you like Jordan Peele, you'll probably like it.
No. It definitely was less twisty than his other movies. But thank you guys for joining us for this episode. What did you guys think of the movie? Are you a Jordan Peele fan, or did you watch this movie for another reason? Let us know down in the comments below. We appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys for all the love and support you've been showing us recently with all the views and likes and stuff. We appreciate it a lot. Please like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Bye, guys.